hold on a second. Back up. Did you see it? What was that exactly? Is what I asked myself. And then began the 2-hour journey. One that I deeply regret. You see, that is what I will call the air collision bounce drag. I will explain why I came up with that name here in a second. You see, this is not a glitch with DMC 3 Crimson. This is actually intended behavior, just probably not in the way the dev intended. So, how does it work? Well, glad you asked. It fucking doesn't! So, you want to be able to do the air collision bounce drag. Well, I got news for you. You're about to take 2 fucking years off of your life. I hope you're ready. So, we'll start off very simple, with just a simple, very, very easy to do collision bounce. How do you do a collision bounce? Very simple. You grab 2 enemies, you knock them both down, and then you use a move of knockback, probably Stinger, to launch one enemy into the other enemy. Do this properly, and you'll see that the enemy will bounce off the other enemy, and sometimes random direction. If you do it just right, it'll go right back at Dante. Oh, but that's really just the beginning, if I'm being honest with you. Because the next step is to do an air collision of bounce. That's right, you can do this in the air. It is significantly harder, but it is possible, and there's a somewhat consistent setup that I have found. Like, somewhat consistent, I mean, it'll work like 1 in 50 tries. So, how does an air collision bounce work? Well, what you gotta do is you gotta find 2 enemies, get them side by side, launch them both in the air, and then do a move that has knockback to hit the first one, the one in front of you, first, and perfectly bounce it into the second one. If that sounds complicated, you're damn right it is. It is incredibly difficult, and only a few consistent weapons can actually truly do it. The 2 ones I found were Navon with the Aerial Rave, and Agony and Rudra with its forward attack button, basically. I forgot what it was actually called. Which you will see on screen. This, however, is still not what happened in the original clip. If you want to do this consistently, you have to go to Mission 3, and then you have to backtrack to the Mission 2 area and find that specific corner that I am currently in right now. And when you do this, you can then consistently, in about 1 in every 50 tries, do a aerial collision bounce. So how do we add the final part to this? That's the neat part. I don't really know. How do you add a drag to this is very, very, very rare occurrence. Basically, if I'm assuming from the original clip, what happened was that the enemy managed to hit Dante perfectly at such an angle that he didn't slide off of Dante. And when Dante is in the air and affected by inertia, he will be moved by enemies touching him. So I feel as if what happened there is that when the enemy touched Dante, it slowly pushed him backwards, which allowed me to combo off of it, unknowingly, without knowing how hard that actually was to do. Now, I have never been able to recreate that since the initial clip. So what I just said is purely speculation. So with all of that said and done, I have a challenge for all of you DMC 3 Crimson lovers.